Hello students, back to the OEM class, Operations Management. So in the second unit, in the last class, we discussed about capacity planning. What does it mean? Capacity means the maximum output rate of a production or service facility. Then what is capacity planning? Which is actually intended for future purpose, right? So generally when you go for capacity planning, most of the time you need to be enhance the capacity of that particular plant or else particular service station by employing more human resources or else implementing new technology by various means. Understand? And also in the last class we came to know the basic questions, right? So all these things we covered, determinants of the capacity planning, like what are the things like policy factors, supply chain factors, facilities, all these shows impact while go for capacity planning, right? And also you came to know how to calculate utilization, efficiency, okay, by taking this realistic example. And also we discussed this very important definition, economies of scale. Very often you come to listen this definition, very important as far as short answer is concerned. Now today we go for the one more very important topic as far as the operations management is concerned, especially in that job floor, shop area. What is a shop area, job floor? Where actually you are converting the raw material into a valuable product. A dough will be converted into confectionery items on the job floor only. Okay. A cloth will be converted into wearable shorts, trousers. You call that job floor. Whenever a paper pen is given to a writer, a beautiful story will be written on the paper. Job floor you call that. A patient when enter into the doctor's room comes out with valuable suggestions. Sometimes having recovery after taking the medication also. You call that job floor. So what do you mean a job floor? The job floor is that physical area actually where you are resorting to convert the raw material into valuable final product. So on the job floor, you have to take care of very important activity. You call that line balancing. Understand? What do you mean by line balancing? It's like walking on a rope. Many a times if you watch any YouTube video, few circus people will be walking on a rope, but with balancing with a stick, holding stick in their hands. Little bit of deviation out of concentration leads to unexpected accidents. Same concept here also you can assume. So before understanding what do you mean by line balancing, you have to understand what you mean a workstation. As you all know that when you are eating any 5-star chocolate, so you will be enjoying the taste by munching that chocolate. But anytime if you think how many stages would be there to have that tasteful 5-star chocolate, really that leads you to understand about the line balancing. Comfortably you will be traveling in a car, but to have that wonderful car, before that how many stages would be there to get that final product, I mean to say that car. So it leads to understand about the line balancing. Understand? Like that any product you take, it's a service product or is a product which you can touch. What you call that character as a tangible product. Duster is a tangible, pen is a tangible, advice is not a tangible. Teachers gives advice, teachers give knowledge. Those are not tangible, but you can experience. Understand? So here, the line balancing means what? So when actually you are converting, or else when you are about to convert the inputs into a final output, okay, there will be various stages. Understand? Each stage which performs a specific task is called as a workstation. Kindly pay attention here. Let us take manufacturing of a chocolate. Do you know that the main ingredients, as per my knowledge goes, when you are manufacturing a chocolate, you should have that what you call the seeds, chocolate seeds, the powder of the chocolate seeds, mixing up of with various liquids like milk, honey, okay, with a fixed proportion. That is most important. If proportion changes, overall with taste also will going to change. So if you consider all that mixed kind of activities comes one workstation. And after that all that mixture, rather I would say semi-liquid, into a particular machine, a baking machine or else solidifying machine, whatever you call that workstation 2. And after some minutes or after few seconds, you will have solidified chocolate in a particular shapes, rectangular shapes, a square shape according to your will, isn't it? That you can assume as the third stage or third workstation. And finally all these what you call small blocks, pieces of chocolates will go to packing section. Overall way, generally if we think, to have that chocolate almost 5 stages are there. Strictly if I say, every stage will be considered as one workstation. So what I mean to say, a workstation is nothing but the assemble of machineries or the group of people, or is the assemble of unattended machines. Unattended machine means you need to every time need to take care of. They works by using that advanced technology, artificial intelligence. Beautiful name is robots. Robots, machineries are what you called the workers with tools, which works on similar activities is known as a workstation. Careful. What is a workstation? There you find group of people, group of machines, group of robots will be performing specific operations. Few of them will be creating that mixture. Few hands, skillful hands will be what you call making that one into baked items. And finally, few more skillful hands will be what you call wrapping into beautifully attractive packing. Package industry is a very powerful industry nowadays. Why you take that scent bottle? Seems to be very small in size, but we tempted to purchase that because of most of the time its package. Okay? Like every group of people, missionaries or robots which have the similar kind of activities is called as a workstation. Okay? Then what is line balancing? To have almost not fixed, almost approximately for each workstation equal time is called line balancing. As you know very well, when you know balancing that common balance when you go for purchasing vegetables, when that needle will be what you call exactly showing that appropriate indicator, when you have the two ways in those two pans are of almost equal or exactly equal. If little bit deviation is there, movement will be there. That movement creates imbalance in our hand also. Generally, you observe this kind of tendency in the vegetable market. It's not good for a customer, it's not good for a vegetable vendor also. Nobody is going to, benefit with that. Same way, in the production area also, line balancing is a very, very important concept. Most of the time, these production managers, foremen, do you know foreman, technical word, generally sees every workstation will have approximately equal time. From mixer section to baked section, from baked section to one more section, like last section, packing section. Then what happens, that balance will be created, okay, in tandem all the workstations will start functioning. That is the main purpose of creation of the line balancing. But strictly, I would say here it's very difficult to fix up a constant time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes for each and every workstation. Plus or minuses would be there, but still we should stick on to the almost equal time gaps. You call that one as a line balance. You see here two departments are there. So to me, the left hand side, don't line balance. See here, if you observe, what is there? Department A only working, okay, B and C workstations, let us say, are waiting for their what you called next turn. So till section A, I mean to say workstation A finishes its work, these two workstations need to wait. It's a, I would say, what you called, it's not the right way of planning. Because of that, its huge impact will be there, overall cost is concerned. But you see here in the right hand side, do line balance. So everybody will have their own work. So on equal proportional, every workstation has been given the work, assigned works for workstation A, workstation B, workstation C. Everybody is busy. This is called line balance. This is called imbalanced situation. Okay. A very, very important question. Explain about line balance. Then what will line balance? Line balance is the process of assigning tasks to workstations. What is a workstation? Group of people in which such that the workstations have approximately equal time requirements. What is a workstation? A physical area where worker with tools or one or more machines or unattended machines, you call them as robots, perform specific tasks in a production line. Okay. Now after understanding what do you mean by line balancing, now you'll understand what is the intention in understanding the line balancing. Why you should create that line balance in the production activities of a company. The first point, what is that? To equalize the workload among the operators. Let us suppose that operators, I mean to say workers will be there. If equal proportionate workload is not there, what will be there? Comparison will arise. That leads to fatigue. And finally it leads to demotivation of the workers. It's not good for the future of the company. So before that, you should understand what approximately time, what time can be prefixed. That can be done by using line balancing. To identify the bottlenecks in operation, very, very important. What is a bottleneck operation? A bottleneck operation is nothing but which limits the entire flow of the operations. You see, even in bottles also, okay, when that liquid, when you are pouring into any glass, that entire liquid will not come directly into the glass. That will be limited, controlled at one certain spot. Thinned kind of what you call formation you find. Controlled way of what you call pouring the liquid is possible. Same way in the production operation management also. Few operations are very, very important operations. Throughput operations. One more word for this one is throughput operation. When throughput operation is going on, concentration levels are going to be very, very high, because sometimes it leads to unexpected, disastrous production problems. Okay? So when you are, producing any kind of product, to identify where are the bottleneck operations, that is possible by understanding the line balancing. I would say, according to our example, what is a bottleneck operation means mixing. Okay? Sugar levels, that coffee beans, isn't it? Powder and other milk, honey, these kinds of things. If you are not in a proportionate way mixed up, it leads to altogether a different taste. So slightest way of lethargic nature leads to the bad name in the market. Okay? So generally there, that manufacturers, production managers need to be very, very careful. Experts will be handling generally that bottleneck operations when any manufacturing operations are going on. To establish the speed of the production line, you supposed to produce, okay, let us suppose that some 500 cars per week, because upcoming season is festive season, and New Year event is going to come, okay, more sales would be there. By having information from the marketing manager, instead of producing 500 cars per week, if you lessen the production of the cars, what happens? You may not be in a position to catch hold of that available opportunity in the market. You forgo that opportunity. You know what happens? So latest news today, as per my information, Hero company vehicles sales have been increased till its inception in the market. Generally, what we think, the COVID situation, okay, most of the people will not be showing interest to purchase two-wheeler, four-wheeler like that. But today, if you see the business newspaper, you will understand that Hero vehicles, two-wheeler manufacturers, Splendor, Passion, isn't it? They have given one paper statement that in all these decade of their business, in these months only, they had a highest business. You can understand what could be the reason, because many of the people now preferring to commute individually, to have their own transportation. Most of the people are avoiding to use that public transportation because of the COVID problem. So that learning would be there because of what you call these kinds of techniques when you use. You can determine the number of workstations. So remember that more workstations are there, that also leads to more time waste. So appropriate number of workstations, size of the workstations can be fixed by carefully attending this line balancing. Through the line balancing, you can define the labor cost of the production, percentage workload of each operator. This is also most important. Plant layout and what you call the production cost. These two things also can be taken care of when you go for what you called line balancing. The next concept we discuss exclusively the plant layout. Okay. So these are the main objectives or the purpose of understanding the line balancing. Okay. Now you see here various workstations. Generally 15 minutes means somewhat use time. I can expect this will be a four-wheeler automobile industry. Okay. Fixing the engines, electrical parts, and finally rolling out the car onto the roads. So approximately what is the timing prefixed 15 minutes and finally 10 minutes. But still some work got pending here. So this is the graphical way of what you call showing the balanced situation in terms of what is that bar diagram. This already you understand, balanced situation, imbalanced situation. Okay, now you came to know what is line balancing and as well as what you call the objectives to have the line balancing. Now we discuss methods. What is that? Heuristic method is one, linear programming and dynamic programming. Heuristic method is nothing but through the experience, senior people will decide, okay, every workstation can have this much time. So when years together people spend on any particular operation area, they can have an idea, isn't it? Based upon that, if they fix up that what you called the line balancing, you call that one as the heuristic method. And the linear programming, objective function, constraints part, non-intuitive part, and converting into a mathematical language. In the operation research we are understanding, you learn OR and OM go side by side, is it? So all those methods, if you are using under line balancing by taking time factors, number of workers, machines, converting into a mathematical language, having objective function with a specific number of decision variables, constraints and non-native restriction, that becomes linear programming. Then what is dynamic programming? In the first introductory class of OR explain you dynamic programming. So branch and bound model they use, okay. Dynamic means always will be changing. Best example for dynamic model is share market. So through this dynamic programming you can predict, you can forecast the movement of the shares, ups and downs of the prices of the shares, isn't it? Generally second degree equations will be applied. So these are the three methods which are useful for line balancing. Okay. Generally two types of line balancings are there. One is static balance and one more is dynamic balance. Static in nature means don't assume the change you cannot observe with our naked eyes. Okay. Take our growth only. So if you observe every day, you cannot predict some change is there in our physical appearance. But when you observe almost 5 or 6 years back photographs to the current photographs, then you can observe. What do you call that? static. But every day, if you could find any change, you call that dynamism. So in line balancing also, same realistic example can be taken into consideration. So under static line balancing, so it mainly arises because of underutilization of the workstations. Group of people may not be utilizing properly. You will be paying salaries. You will be invested huge amounts on purchasing, sophisticated machinery, but you are unable to use them properly. It's huge loss. So such kind of balance is known as static balance. How do you define long-term difference in capacity over a period of several hours or more than that? So contrast to that, dynamic balance, which refers to short-term differences. So these differences would arise within minutes, at most within hour. The best examples are product mix. Okay? What is one more name for product mix? Product assortment. Okay, like let us take pharmaceutical industries would be there. So what can be product mix over there? They can have tablets, they can have syrups, they can have vaccines or injections. Again, in each tablets they will have various kinds of what we call tablets which works for various diseases, like under tonics and as well as under vaccines. So when you are changing this product mix, it creates to changing of the machinery, technology, workers. It creates a kind of what we call delays, production delays, and also sometimes unexpected problems also. You have to be careful. So these are the two variety kinds of what we call line balancing situations. One is static balance and one more is dynamic balance. So till now what you came to know, what is line balancing, objectives and types of the line balancing, static and dynamic. And after understanding all these things, how actually line balancing technique will work, based on two things. One is precedence constraint and one more is cycle time restriction. What is precedence? Here precedence stands for beforehand. Okay. The final activity is putting the chocolate in the wrapper. Is it possible to put the chocolate in the wrapper after that to make it solidify? No. So these activities are connected. Always first activity should be a mix of the liquid or mix of the powder, dough, and after that the next stage is dough making, and finally is what we call baking and packing. So before baking, what should be there? Dough making should be there. Before that, what should be the activity? Should precede creation of the mixture. So what do you call this? Precedence constraint. In the next slide, I'll show you the diagram. We call it network diagram, precedence diagram. Okay. So when you go for line balancing, you should have that precedence information. First, work starts from which workstation. After that, it leads to next workstation. One more workstation. So finally, how many workstations are there? Connected each other in stepwise, stage-wise. So that is one aspect. And one more is cycle time. What is the cycle time? The maximum time at any particular stage the product can spend on what to call, I would say, workstation. So only for creation of mixture 10 minutes and creation of dough some 15 minutes. So there the 10 minutes is the cycle time. The creation of dough is the cycle time. How much? 15 minutes. And baking again some 10 minutes. And finally packing 5 minutes. Okay. So based on these two restrictions only, what will be there? Line balancing will be created. One is precedence constraint and one more is cycle time restriction. This is called line balancing. See that workstation A. Product is there for 70 seconds. So from there, for how many sections it is moving? B, C, D, E. 80 seconds, 40 seconds, 20 seconds, again 40 seconds. Again from B to F. Again from C to F. Again from C to G. Like that, if you consider for F, what are the predecessors? B, C. For G, what is the predecessor? C and A also. But what is the immediate predecessor for G? Immediate, C. The immediate predecessor for F, B. That word is important, immediate or simply. So generally these are the ways we need to stop, not to recover. Recur when you go for operations. What are the ways? Transportation, unnecessary inventory, unnecessary motion of the products from one place to another, long waiting, overproduction, over-processing defects. So in short, what you call a TIMWOOD as a name you can memorize. Acronym. TIMWOOD stands for acronym. These are few of the definitions like cycle time, lead time, bottleneck, task precedence, idle time. Very, very important definitions. So continue terminology, productivity, tact time, that one, the time needed by competent worker to perform a task, workstation, downtime. Okay, that's it. So what are the things we covered today? Definitions, very, very important definitions. Next, these are the ways you have to stop at any cost. This is precedence diagram, works for line balancing. Network diagrams, PERT, CPM, okay. Line balancing, what are the two situations? Precedence constraint, cycle time restriction. Two types, static balance and dynamic balance. Methods, heuristic method, linear and dynamic programming. Okay. The next class we go for the very, very important topic, which is facility location and layout planning. Okay. Thank you.